Hello and welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, episode 361.
360.
We have 361, 362. Who knows? All I know is that the world is ending, the sky is falling, and the topic list is not up to date. Joining me this week, in this very sad day, we mourn the loss of Kiwi farms.
Kiwi's back up.
There's Josh. The Russian site is.
Yeah.
It's kiwi.ru now. There's Josh. Hi, Josh. How are you?
I am good.
Josh is so not caring. He's like, I don't care.
Because I've been playing Roller Drone and it's Roller Drone, sorry. And it's metal as shit. And it's fantastic.
This has been a terrible week this week. My car has paint damage. It's going to cost me a fortune to fix, and I'm basically might as well cry.
Just get a Jiffy marker and just draw it in. Just draw it. It's easy.
That might be what I do. Also joining us this week is Allan.
Hello.
Hello.
I was on vacation.
How are you? You were on vacation doing vacation things. Being vacation man. It must have been nice having a vacation. Living your best life.
I guess.
Could be better. You could won the lottery and then you'd be living a better
I would have
life.
absolutely taken win of the lottery.
Probably sitting ecstatically crying his eyes out, being like, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful.
And then you'll waste it all on hookers and blow.
And then there's me, a depressed motherfucker, sad as can be, angry as can be. Car now has a fresh new paint chip in it that needs to be fixed. Hopefully I'll probably go down there with a marker if I can find my marker and just go, that will fix it. Until I can take it to an auto body with money and be like, yo, throw money into it, and then eventually problem go away.
Put as much money as you can in it.
Well, I just want nice Mustang that looks good. That will always be good.
Depends on where the chip is.
What?
It mostly depends upon where the chip is.
Rear quarter panel, bottom side. It's not that bad. But want it fixed so I can be happy. Don't you want me to?
You're just obsessive compulsive over it?
A little bit. Something like that. It's more of like what I want is like eventually I want to be able to get I want to be able to like do stuff to my car. So I want to get another car that's kind of sporty and fun and force my roommate to park outside of my garage and tell him to fuck off.
Oh dear.
Eventually.
I'm not sure how Brendan's going to like that.
He's not going to like it. This has already been determined. His happiness and joy does not matter to me.
Until whatever happens.
Until he leaves, and then it matters a lot. This is going to be told to him, and then it's going to be a great day. Anyways. We got some topic lists to talk about. We got some good things. Metal Gear Solid Remake is coming around the corner. We think. We don't know.
Was that a rumor?
Yes.
Oh, did that show up in that stupid NVIDIA leak?
Yeah, something like that.
Because so far everything in that leak has been true, so if it showed up in there, that's probably going to happen.
Honestly, I don't know how I feel about Metal Gear.
It's going to be okay.
Well,
Allan, don't be depressing, Allan.
It will actually play good.
Yeah.
Like OG Metal Gear, like it's clunky. It's all get out.
That's all that people want is OG Metal Gear.
Like, if I remember correctly, there was a mission in Metal Gear Solid 4 that you were... What was it? I think the mission just cold opened to the original Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And it was like same graphics, same everything. It was just the original Metal Gear. And then as you're moving around, trying to crouch, trying to like crawl on the ground, stuff with it, like you're just like, holy fuck, the game plays like this? Like you're like almost dumbfounded of like how awkward it is just to move around. And then finally you get to the part of the game where your character wakes up from a dream, quote unquote. It like goes back into being, you know, the game that you're playing, like Metal Gear Solid 4. But you're like, this that little snippet of going back to the original. You're just like, holy shit, it plays like this? Like, you're like, oh man, this is weird. But like a remake of the original, I wouldn't mind it. Like, it would probably fix a lot of control issues.
Mm-hmm. I mean, lots of control issues. But like, here's the thing: is like if they announce it and they say, "Hey, we're just making a straight remake," that's good for me too.
That would,
if it's
yeah.
If they were like we're not doing anything to the game. It's a remake in the sense that we're porting it to PC and the newer next gen consoles. I'd go.
I mean, that would be good.
I would basically, I'd basically cum my pants. Why wouldn't you?
I would be excited. I don't think I'd be that excited.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure. Excuse me.
Very positive.
Pretty positive.
Okay.
I think the only way that I will completely jizz myself is I get a mainline game of Pokemon in the style of Arceus, but it has all the Pokemon you fucking want in Arceus. Just, that's what I want. I don't think I'm ever going to get it. I probably have to die and go to heaven and see it there. But man, I would like to play that. Maybe, just maybe the whole the map area actually looks like it's lived in, and there's actually scenery to look at, and not just terrible geometry to look at.
Yeah, that's fair.
Hopefully that happens sooner than later. But yeah, well, I mean, there's that remake, and I actually played Roller Drone on the computer. That I talked about what it was. I didn't actually talk about playing it because I was like, man, I gotta play it for myself because it just looks rad as shit. And I apparently got it when it was on sale because now it's like kind of $40. Yeah, it looks like it's $40. The best way that I could explain Roller Drone is, hey, you know the movie The Running Man, and how Schwarzenegger was this one dude in a TV show for the fight for his life or he gets death sentence, he gets killed off on live TV. It's basically that, but it's Tony Hawk Pro Skater and controls. Plus, you have a gun. You're killing the people who are trying to kill you, and each gun has their own mechanic to it, how they work, which is also super cool because it keeps the gameplay fresh on the flow. And also, in order to reload your gun, you have to do sick tricks in order to get the ammo back up. So you'd be doing some backflip coffin. You look like, you put your arms across your chest and you're doing some sick backflips as you're doing it. And then you go into slow-mo because the game has slow-mo, because why not? And then you start targeting a dude that's trying to freaking off you with a sniper rifle, and you fucking nail him up with a gun, and then you go back into realistic, you go back to, take off of slow-mo, and then you're just, scooting away on your fucking rollerblades. It was fucking rad as shit. Like, oh man, you never felt so rad while playing this game. And also 2 control things about the game. There is no such way of biffing, as in like, oh, you hit the ground, the character totally falls, like looks like he hurt himself, he falls and then gets back up and keeps going. That doesn't exist in this game. You just kind of, when you hit the ground awkwardly, the character just does a roll and he keeps skating, like kind of just like this action roll and just keeps going. Which, I mean, for the more you think about it, the more you're like, I'm not sure if I like that. But then as you start playing the game, you're like, oh no, I need that, because the flow is so important of you running around, making sure you don't die, making sure you dodge out of the way of the bullets or trying to hit you. Like, if anything stops you dead, you're fucked. So it's like, oh, these guys really took their time to figure out what's the essence of this game. And it's perfect. It's perfect. It's great. It's wonderful. And also, you can grind on ledges, because if the game's you're on roller blades, but I think it's called roller skates, because it's the 4 wheels on one foot, but it's like staggered like a car. You even know what I mean? And because of you can still grind on rails by hitting the triangle button. And you can also rack up points doing that. And also, just like in Tony Hawk Pro Skater, if you hit the wall and hit triangle, you do a wall ride. Mm-hmm. And it's, again, like, it's perfect. It's like very Tony Hawk-esque, but at the same time, they figured out how to add gun mechanics to the game that feels genuine and cool. So it's like, oh, this is so fucking rad. Cannot explain how fucking rad this game is. Although I played up to, there's actually, like, if you can play in the campaign mode, it goes, like, it plays in seasons, because it's like a TV show. So you play the first season of you just trying to qualify. So you're going through scenery of, like, oh, you're going through this mall that's been turned into the battle arena, and you see crowds in the fucking windows and, like, cheer you on and stuff. And then the next one is, oh, you're going into Grand Canyon, and in the Grand Canyon, you're freaking going up and down slopes and whatever, and you're trying to shoot dudes that way. And I think the next one is you're in the cold mountain, like a cold mountain scenery, or jumping through windows, shooting people and whatever. And yeah, it's the more I explain about this game, the more how rad it is. I kind of want to go back into it. But the only thing that, like, I would say it's a bit hesitant for me is, like, when you're trying to do the backflip and, spin your character around, and also try to do a grab and trying to do, like, and also aim at someone to blow their head off, it's a bit, you're cartooning, like, you're trying to, like, basically, like, move your fingers and articulate your fingers around the controller so you get all these actions done. It's just a bit weird. I think I just got to get more used to it in order to figure out, like, when to tap the button and stuff like that. But basically, like, yeah, like, I think everything about this game is pretty good, and I highly recommend it.
Did you have fun?
There's a lot of
fun. Was it, Josh?
Oh god, I give it like 100 funds. 100 funds out of 100 funds.
Would you say it was more fun than Halo?
Definitely. I don't feel like I'm gonna be rage inducing.
Did you have more fun than you would BattleTech?
I don't know. That's using a different part of my brain.
No. Would you have more fun than Pokemon?
Ah, man.
When you get a shiny.
That's pretty. I would say it's pretty similar.
You're getting a shiny and you're like, oh.
Yep.
Oh.
I would say it's getting to that level. Not quite similar, but get to that level.
Hey. Allan, do you have any comments for him? Questions? Comments?
Maybe?
What's the questions?
I'm just Well, no, I'm just.
You're just confused.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like not paying 100% of attention. Trying to.
He's playing Cult of Lamb, everyone.
Yes. I'm having fun.
You're having fun? How much fun are you having?
I'm not exactly fond of certain parts. Like some of the hitboxes get a little wonky.
Oh, okay. We're talking about Cult of Lamb now, everyone. So the hitboxes are kind of wonky.
Well, that's for me.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Anyways.
Do you want me to talk about it? Like, you made it sound like you didn't want me to talk about it.
Well, you can talk about it. Like, it sounds like you're actively playing it right now.
I am.
You should talk about it. And not leave dead air, please.
Well, how do I put this? Overall, the mechanics are solid, but it definitely needs oh, look at that shit I needed a while ago. Whatever.
Well,
A major issue is that the game doesn't have a lot of depth to it.
I can't tell if he disconnected or is just
I'm
like
here.
thinking right now.
I'm reading something. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to start another topic while you get your head in gear.
I told you though, like I don't have much to talk about this week because I was on vacation. I was down visiting my grandparents, all that fun jazz. Like I'm kind of like the weak one this week to have on. But I will say that overall, okay. So let's talk about the Cult of Lamb. I should like focus on the Cult of Lamb while I'm playing it here. Overall, the game is fairly solid. It's lacking content in the sense that I wish there were more alternate dungeons, but I suspect they'll get answered with DLC. It is worth the $32. $32 it is? A major design issue, though, with the game is a lot of the areas kind of feel just the same. So, like,
sounds interesting.
Like, you do the same thing every time. You have to beat a certain area 4 times before you can fight the boss of that area, which isn't too bad. Whereas the game probably could suffer like a very strong, probably develop into a very strong flow if you had maybe once you get to a certain point in an area, you can just go, I've beaten this area enough times, I've fought the boss, can I just go fight the boss rather than doing resource collecting, rather than fight my way through a dungeon, rather than just get it done and over, which is the way I think it should be. But I think that might shorten the game a bit too much. So what do I know?
A lot?
No, I don't know. I do like the design of all the characters. I do kind of wish there was more to the area of the game and just like collect some followers. I feel like the followers kind of die a little bit fast, but at the same time, I think that might be the better choice of action to go with, as with how many followers you can get. I've already had I think 15 deaths, and I'm at a cult of 20 right now. So I would have had 35 if they hadn't died so quickly. Which, that's pretty powerful. But you do get to a certain point. Like, I suspect after I finally beat the fucking boss that I'm on, because I've had some bullshit luck with fucking weapon pulls. I want a vampiric weapon for this boss fight because every time I kill an enemy, and he spawns a lot of like minions, so I could just like bail health, drain health off everything. But the problem is, every time I've gone to fight that boss, I've literally had a hammer, which is a wind-up weapon, a sword that is poison and he's immune to poison, and a battle axe, which has increased crit chance. But I went in with the item that increases me doing double damage, which is awesome, fantastic actually. But I also take double damage, and I went into that fight with 2 HP, and I got promptly double tapped by like fucking bullshit moves. But that's just me. I'll figure out something here in a little while.
All
Oh,
right.
look at that, the hammer. Ugh.
Would you recommend the game?
I recommend the game. Oh, Christ. I'd probably recommend the game once you get some DLC for sure.
Okay.
But right now, I'd probably just say wait and hold.
Fair enough.
If you can get it on discount, oh, go for it. Wow.
Hey. Shall we talk about the next disappointment in our lives? The greatest disappointment that we've ever had?
What happened?
Oh, Halo 343.
Yeah,
Drama.
I heard about that. No split screen.
Explosive diarrhea over a feature that literally could have been a glitch and nobody would have cared. All 343 had to sit there and say was, yes, we made the glitch a feature.
I actually genuinely love the fact that somebody made that like an accidental feature by glitching the game, and he was like, "Yeah, no, it works. Doesn't fuck with the
Yeah, it works fine. Works better than the online co-op.
yeah."
That's
Holy jeez, dude! Like,
so they came out recently, 343, the magical company that they are. And Josh, can you imagine how the update went?
I imagine that they're like, hey guys, we noticed that you liked the split screen co-op and shit, so we decided to fix it. That doesn't exist anymore. And like, and that's it. And everyone's like, what do you mean that's it? Yeah, we just took it was a bug, we fixed it. No, we want that back. What? Sorry, I didn't hear you. What? No, we want it back. What? Okay, bye. That's how that went. And then everyone else is still screaming at them because they're fucking idiots.
So here's the latest update, guys. Okay, the latest update is Halo Infinite Winter Update, November 8th to March 7th. You're going to get the Forge beta. You're going to get campaign, network, and co-op and mission replay. You're going to get a 30-tier battle pass for free. You're also going to get new maps, Detachment, and Argyle, which looks like a remake, honestly. You're also going to get Match XP beta, Joint Fire, and quality of life improvements, Convert 1 flag, and Winter Contingency 2. The next update is not until March 7th, and it goes to June 27th, so a little bit better, about 3-4 months, we're saying. Okay. We get we get Arena, Big Team Battle, we get Bandit Rifle, we get the Shroud screen, and we get a 100-tier Battle Pass with new armor set,
and basically, in the year that since this game has come out,
it has been a clusterfuck.
Like
one of Halo Infinite's Argent Defenders, the guy who plays it all the fucking time, saying it's a clusterfuck. You know, I gotta be honest here.
we're kind of getting tired there. 343.
No, it's not even that. It's very obvious that the game has problems, specifically on one side. One side, conveniently enough. It's not the campaign where you could say, say there was some fuckery and it could have been a lot better, but it's okay. It's a solid burger. The campaign is a very good burger. No, it's literally just the multiplayer. The multiplayer is fucking bad. It's gotten to the point now where it's like they need to fix shit, and I don't know what the problem is, but they haven't really done a whole lot to fix a lot of the issues that they're having. And it would have been stuff that's very simple. It would have been stuff like, hey, why don't you guys make this feature that takes split screen co-op and make it an actual fucking feature for once in the game. But no, we can't have that because that would require some recent stuff.
That would require competent people working there?
Yeah. Like, it works. It works really well. It works better than the network gameplay. It's odd.
Oh, that's so weird.
And like I like Halo Infinite, but like at the same time, I just feel like as if like there are things about the game where it's like it just needs to work. And like I get the people who are like, oh, it's having desync issues and everything like that. Oh, the game is desync. I personally haven't encountered those in a while, but it's like there are issues with that game. And saying that there are issues with that game is not a false statement. And like the thing that pisses me off more about this entire update isn't the part where they're like, hey, we're not going to have split screen co-op, because it's like, oh, for me, like that's a nice to have, but it's not really necessary. Like, it would be nice in order for me and Josh to do a split screen co-op game of Halo 4. But like, or Halo 5, or not Halo 5, Halo Infinite. But it's also like the same bullshit, right? It's like, oh, we refuse to do something because reasons. No, the shit that pisses me off about this is they've turned season 2 to a 10-month season for no reason.
Yeah. And
there's absolutely no reason.
Well, one of the other major problems I've found is that the game currently has the issue of just the content that we are waiting on is just not coming.
Oh, it's coming, but it's it's molasses would be faster. Like, that's really the problem, is like, oh, it's coming, but it's slow as molasses, if you catch my drift. And like, they need to do a whole lot more in order to actually fix the issues that they're having.
I don't know if Halo can keep surviving with 343 anymore.
That's a trend that a lot of people are saying. And
it's depressing to hear.
Well, it is, but the problem is that what's happening is what's happening with Halo right now is like the same bullshit that's happening with Star Wars, except that we're right now in the prequel stage where everyone's like, man, these games suck, and then we're gonna get, that we're gonna get you know it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get a whole hell of a lot worse. It's gonna be really fucking bad. It's just like, that's my personal opinion on this. So
I don't think we're at that point yet.
But the trajectory follows really well, because we had
basically, yeah.
We had 1, 2, 3, which is the original trilogy, which is great, and now we have 4, 5, and 6, which is like the prequel trilogy, which are worse. We'll say that much. And now we're waiting on 7, 8, 9, which is going to be dog shit and kill the franchise.
Maybe. I don't know. Like, right now, for me, the situation with all that's going on is... How do I put this? I think right now what we're waiting on for Halo Infinite, we need Forge, we need co-op, and the fact that they tried to drop split screen co-op, even though the guy glitched it and got it working, I think what the problem with 343 is their staff is so fucking bloated and not fucking refined. I don't know what the fuck they're doing anymore.
Oh yeah,
And-
no, that's obvious.
What I mean for me right now is that the thing that they need to focus on is getting the game to a point where all the fans get what they want. That's all they need to do. End of conversation. Once they've got that, boom, perfect. They need co-op. They need Forge. They need more multiplayer maps, and they need to bring back old weapons from old games and give us DLC. Give us like this, like we're expecting another like expansion here soon for the story. So what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, basically. I don't know. It's just getting bad. At least we have, and I can say this with an honest grain of salt. At least they've done something really smart where they have MCC still going.
I don't even know if that's good for them right now.
Oh. It actually might be the worst thing they could have done, because now everyone can like look and see and go, huh, so MCC is getting like new content every like other 3 months. Why the fuck is Halo Infinite not getting any content every week or every 3 months? Huh, that's odd. And like the game actually runs, and it runs relatively well. Like, it works relatively well. And that's not really a problem. Anyways, Josh, do you have any opinion on this? I know we're being really salty right now.
That's my entire thing about this whole thing. It's just a long sigh and exasperating about how disappointing this stupid company is.
I mean, Josh, you're not a Halo fan, so you don't really care, do you?
I mean, not really, but at the same time, it's like, how are you guys just not have your collective shit together, like, at all? Like, it's just so, like, are you guys just swimming in money and forgetting? Like, what's going on? Like, is it just management? It's just trash? Like, utter trash?
It feels like it a little bit.
Actually, I suspect their management isn't bad, but it's just man.
Like,
I got a feeling that management for them is not exactly the best thing.
Well, you know what? Like, there's a theory going on right now where it's like, oh, the reason why Halo Infinite's fucked up isn't because of Jason Staten. It's because of the people Jason Staten replaced.
so,
Like
so family and friends, right?
Yeah. Like, it's the people that Jason Staten, like, trending. And, oh, God. Apparently, Fire 343 was trending on Twitter. That's where you know the outrage is real. That's when the company... That means 6 billion people might actually be mad. Actually, might be closer to 4.
Can't.
K3.
So many.
It's going to be a lot of people are mad.
They had rebuilt so much good faith with the fandom.
They did. They did a really good job. It was really interesting to watch the community kind of come together and coalesce around Halo Infinite. And then it was like right around the time the Big Team Battle update came out, and the game just bricked itself, and they couldn't get it working around Christmas, that the game just took a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like how everyone was like, man, like, Halo MCC, Like Thad's mentioned, Halo MCC was shit for years on Xbox, and then it came out on PC and it worked right. I don't think that they really understand how much. Like, you got to keep in mind, Halo Infinite was the game of the year last year.
It was, and I don't think we're ever gonna get that back.
No, we're never gonna. Like, you got to keep in mind, this game was blamed for Battlefield's failure. This game, and now Battlefield's doing really well. It's odd. It's really fucking odd. I think Battlefield actually has a better, higher positive rating on it than Halo
No,
Infinite.
it doesn't.
Oh, okay. Give me a second. But yeah, no, there's a bunch of other things. But we gotta move on to other news. I played about an hour of Spider-Man.
Spider-Man?
Yeah, I played an hour of the Spider-Mans.
Spooderman?
Spider-Man. And let me tell you. People are pretty great. That game's pretty good, and the port seems pretty good too. And so far, I've been enjoying it. Actually, how long have I actually played on it? Spider-Man Remastered. 2 hours. I played 2 hours of it. It's an open world game. It's kind of similar to Ubisoft's open world formula. I can say that right off the bat. There are collectibles, and it seems like as if it's one of those games.
Yeah.
I am enjoying playing it, and I do want to play more of it, so that's all I'll say for now, if that makes sense. I think Josh, though, would like the game a lot.
Oh, I guarantee you, Josh.
Because Spider-Man.
Oh, Spooderman?
Spooderman.
Spooderman.
Does whatever a Spooderman can.
Yeah, are you going to buy it, Josh?
It does look super cool. Like, it's probably on a computer at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, I could probably get it on a computer. If the game's really, really graphic intensive, I might have to shut it and go all the way down to low. I will probably get it when it's on sale, which is like, I don't know, Christmas.
Yeah.
It should be on sale about then.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I remember playing the PlayStation Spider-Man and having fun with that. Although,
This is the PlayStation Spider-Man.
No, but I mean OG PlayStation, like the PlayStation 1, playing Spider-Man on that, and like having fun with it. But like, it's not the same thing. Like, you get like way cooler, swinging around the city and doing like, you can even do. There's a trick button. I'm pretty sure there is.
Okay.
It just look. I mean, it looks fun. I'm sure I'm gonna get it eventually.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Now we gotta talk about the most important topic.
What's that?
Well, Keffel's bitch slept Kiwi's farms. Now Kiwi Farms is back up. The bitch fight continues. Medicare is banned from Twitter forever. He's never coming back. Daddy's gone. Internet drama bullshit. And yeah, world's over.
The world's over.
World's over. We can't have good things. Yeah, no. World's over. We can't have good things anymore.
Oh dear.
But we can have happiness and joy as we laugh at a corporation's corporate failures.
Like 343.
Nah, that's depressing and sad.
Okay.
Everyone wants 343 to succeed.
Okay.
But 343 just, keeps shitting bricks and telling us that it's all going to be okay. We just eat the refuse.
If you just eat the bricks, you'll be fine.
If you eat the shit bricks, it will be okay. You don't need anything else in your life. Just eat the shit bricks. Even though you're going to go... And when you put up the game tonight, just know, I love you. But not in a sexual way. That's what 343 does. They sit there and they tell you that they care about you, and then they sit there and say, by the way, we need $1.95 to actually fix the game. And people pay it for no reason.
By the way, we need I need $5 this week.
Yeah.
Why?
No reason.
No reason. No reason.
No reason. Can I just dive into this a little bit more? Okay. I love when 343, whenever I go into the store and I'm like, oh yes, they have new armor stuff there. I think I bought more shit from 343 in this game than I have ever put into any other game, and I'm like, I am a fucking idiot. Like, seriously. But not as big as the idiot who thought that it was a good idea in order to take on Magic the Gathering at Disney.
If they're going to quote unquote make the Halo killer, but like Magic the Gathering killer,
if you want to make the Magic the Gathering killer, I look forward to the dumpster fire that exists afterwards.
I mean, there is another card game that's called Flesh and Blood, which is doing pretty well. Although I'm pretty sure the numbers are not going to be the same as freaking Magic the Gathering.
Well, okay, so like Allan knows where I was today, but I was talking to one of the guys who actually runs the local comic store or the local game store, and I go, so it's odd, I don't see any Magic the Gathering. And he goes, oh, we don't have any Magic the Gathering players. I'm like, why? Oh, they just take over places. I'm like, oh, yeah, like 40K players. Oh,
yeah,
take over places. What?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean by like take over places?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Josh. I'm not gonna lie to you. Places that start supporting Magic end up increasingly catering to Magic
the Gathering. Yeah.
I mean, sure.
It's not you. It's the people with the colored hair.
No.
Uh-huh.
Not that.
No, it's not. No, it's not necessarily that.
But we blame them anyways. Yeah. Allan, continue. I'm sorry for ruining your thing.
Well,
I mean, if you cater to one card game, you cater to all the card games, so...
No, you don't. You actually really don't. Because I know for a fact that Warp, they struggle with running Pokemon and Magic because they conflict so much. Like, their players don't overlap much. And as a result, because of the way that it goes, you've got to deal with problems of competing issues related to the player base, as well as additional stock that has to be brought in that might not sell, additional issues related to like responses from players not having enough stock of something that they really want related to their game, you not having it. Additionally, if you have players that like it actually is like a massive head break. On top of that, with Wizards of the Coast, you have to do X, Y, Z. Like the number of things that go with Magic is like huge. Like I actually know for a fact that I mentioned it to Magic about, hey, why don't you guys play Magic with the store owner that down at the LGS that Jeff was at? And I found out it's like, yeah, no, for us to get the things that we want from Magic, we'd have to do this. We'd have to have a number of tables always open. We'd have to have this open. We'd have to have this availability. And I was just like, oh, yeah, that sounds like a bitch. He's like, yeah, it basically is. I'm like, yeah, no wonder you don't want to, like, fucking take anything related to fucking Magic.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Like, I know that if you want to be a registered place for Magic the Gathering tournaments and stuff, you have to have a certain thing, like numbers of tables and yada yada, because to be fair, there was a time before they had all these rules where a guy could just say, yeah, I own a store, yeah, we have tournaments, and they're just taking in all of this product and they're just taking it for themselves and not actively selling it.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's not fair for people who actively want to get this shit, and it's that limited supply, so if they had to make these rules. So like, I get, like, oh, you want to like in order to cater properly, you have to do these things, and it's annoying as shit. But I mean, it was there for a reason.
I mean, let me be honest here. If somebody wants to do that, they should be allowed to.
I mean, you can still do it. It just wouldn't be in an official way, I'm pretty sure.
Well, they should be allowed to do that. I don't think that it's a problem.
Oh yeah, like again, you can still have a freaking card game tournament, like if you want to. It's just if you want to do it in an official way, you have to kind of follow their guidelines. If not, then it's not necessarily official. That's the thing. It's like if it's official or not. So that's about it. Like I understand, like, oh, you doing all these things, it's just annoying as fuck, and it's like, yeah, I get it, but I mean, it was a reason why they had to set all that up.
Normally, I wouldn't disagree with you, but I know for a fact that, man, like...
Although, I do agree, like, if you want to just do the thing to do it, but if you want to be, again, trying to be official, I put in air quotes, it's kind of a little bit bullshit.
Well, if you're going to do Magic the Gathering, you want to be official, because then you can get all those promos, all those, like the things that come from being official. For the game is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
yes,
I if I owned a game store, I would not want anything to do with Magic.
I mean, most of us wouldn't. I mean, it's just nicer. It's nicer to go to a place and then sit down and have a table open and being able to play a game, and not having to deal with a Magic player.
It's actually like I've found to play tabletop games, like whether that be Magic the Gathering, like Warhammer and stuff like that. Finding good places to play, and Magic just fucking kills everything related to fucking related to any other fucking tabletop, because it just takes up so much space. Like, you have to have 6 tables available. That's what I got told, and I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, everything's good. Okay. So anyways, back to the article and not looking at whatever the fuck I'm looking at. Let's be honest there. Disney may be the king of theme parks, streaming television, and major motion pictures, but when it comes to collectible card games, the house of the mouse must tread lightly. Magic the Gathering and Pokemon trading card game have dominated the industry for decades, each a billion-dollar franchise in their own right. Now Disney has partnered with powerful new ally, Ravensburg, a 139-year-old game publisher. The joint effort's called Disney Lorcana, a family-friendly collectible trading card game. The first sets are expected in the later half of 2023. We should buy a pack. We should buy one box.
I am actually genuinely curious about what the game would be like.
Yes.
I mean, funny enough, when it comes to early card games, the sealed boxes are worth money, but if you crack it open, worth nothing.
So what I'm hearing is buy a box and leave it in my pantry somewhere.
In the closet, yes.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing: Magic the Gathering has value because people play it. With other weirder card games from the 90s, especially, I forget the name of Wyvern or Wizard. No, it begins with it has the card backings all red. It has a big W on it, and basically this card game, it was popular at the time, but it got in a little bit of hot water because it kind of just copied Magic the Gathering basically. Because I'm pretty sure the card, how the cards worked and how they played, is just the same thing. So it's like, you can't do that. Come on. So the sealed products of that series of those card games, they're kind of, I think they're worth at least a few $100 online. But if you were to crack it open and crack that open and get the cards out of it, the cards are not worth jack shit. You can get a whole series of these cards for probably next to nothing. So it's like it's more about like it's this odd thing of like nostalgia / like you can have this sealed box for like I don't know what the hell it is on eBay nowadays, but it's like yeah, the sealed box of this thing that you forgot about, you can get it, or just have the whole thing for pennies if you actually want to play the card game, which is interesting.
Yep, interesting stuff there.
Yeah. But like if it comes to like this Disney card game, like I don't know, like if they support it properly, then I can see it, going pretty far. If they don't support it properly, it's gonna be dead within a month.
Most board game consumers will recognize Ravensburg for its popular line of Disney-themed strategy board games called Disney Villainous. This series began in 2018 and now contains 30 villains from across Disney, Marvel, Star Wars universes. With Disney lore canon, Ravensburg says they want to take things to the next level. Oh boy. I look forward to more nondescript Star Wars characters being included in my Disney card game.
No, I can't wait.
Don't make The Mandalorian a 1/1.
It's a Hannah Montana show. Is that Disney owned?
Yes.
Yes.
So I want a Hannah Montana card. Then I want Even Steven card. Then I want That's So Raven card. And then I want
a Kim Possible card.
I want what's Kim Possible's friend?
Ryan.
And then he has that Naked
Ron.
Mole Rat. Okay,
Yeah,
Ron.
Ron
And then Naked Mole Rat. I want Naked Mole Rat card.
Yeah.
Frick, what else do they own? Oh,
this is an awful idea.
Like I want fucking Disney Channel fucking live action show deck. I want that. I want it to look like those shitty cards you get in the 90s or just stills of the movie, but they put them on numbers and make them as like a trading card. You put that in big air quotes, but it's not a game. It's just trading cards and no one gives a fuck about. I want it to look like those, but it's actually a game attached to them. Like I want it to look like garbage. Like I just want to look like those garbage cards are trying to make a quick buck, but it's actually a game attached to it. I think it's so funny.
I just want them to fucking not give a shit. That's what I want. The basic idea is the great luminaries said brand manager. It's translated Disney songs, stories ever made. All the characters. And it's where they all kinds of record. The players take the role of a luminaire. Powerful sorcerers with the ability to bring these characters' life off the page. Players will bring a brand of their favorite Disney characters together to adventure in this world. Oh no. The collectible game will include modern storybook art styles, said North America head of games Cassie Weirder shared. It was inspired by storybook opening of classic Disney book films and features visible lines of work and vibrant color washes and mix of both traditional and hand-drawn qualities seen in fairy tale storybooks with new digital techniques.
Oh, that might actually be a nice style.
It's gonna look pretty. But keep in mind, Disney right now has had its cheeks... Disney right now is having its cheeks slapped multiple times in multiple different ways. It's all funny. Who knew that She-Hulk would bring down the House of the Mouse? Who knew?
Yep, totally.
I'm not even joking either. Like, if you look at episode 3, it's just bad. It's like, oh, the Hulk now just, twerks for no reason other than she can. That makes total sense. I don't think I need to go much more into this. It's saying that it's going to be cards themselves during the D23 Expo in Anaheim, California. Fan focus events kicks off September 9th. Here's my personal opinion on this. I don't think that this is a smart idea. I don't think that this is a smart idea in the shortest.
Oh, it's going to be the best idea.
It's going to be a really good idea when you're looking at it and you're going, this thing is literally trash. I mean, who knows? Maybe competition will be good for Magic the Gathering. But I doubt it.
Magic is so fucking entrenched.
It's so entrenched.
Who knows?
It's really hard to try to pull away a Magic the Gathering player to anything else.
Who knows? Maybe it will make the game actually decent to play.
Like, I know that for certain at my store, there's a Flesh and Blood. They actually had Flesh and Blood tournaments and stuff like that for going to like actual bigger tournaments and shit like that at my store, which is kind of neat. But at the same time, it's like I still I'm curious about it, but I'm never ever in my brain thought, oh, I should actually learn this game. I never had that thought. I'm just curious. I'm like, oh, I feel like I should try to like figure out this game and how that works. But I'm like, oh, this is another card game that I don't necessarily want to like dump all my time and effort into. I'd rather just play Magic the Gathering.
Who's the guy who made Magic the Gathering?
Mark Rosewater? No.
It's the Richard guy, isn't he?
I think. Oh, I gotta look it up now.
Magic the Gathering, because there was a card game where he was like, he's been trying to like remake Magic the Gathering for years.
Oh, he actually kind of pulled it off before with making, what was it, Transformers card game. And
yeah, that one's good though.
Yeah, that one was interesting, but the thing was, like, the support for that just fell through the floor. Like, for whatever reason, they decided to just ditch it and just not support it in any way. So it was like, oh, there's product of it floating around, but no, like, you can't get the more cards. There's no new sets of it anymore. It's just kind of...
Okay, so I found what I was looking up for. So there was a card game called Keyforge.
Yeah, Keyforge. That's another one.
Let me be honest with you, boys and girls, about Keyforge. Keyforge is probably the third, fourth, eighth, 2,786 most popular card game in the world. Behind Artifact, of course. And only hipsters like it. I could see the same fate happening to whatever the Disney fucking wants to make. But, you know, that's just me. That's my opinion. I'm probably wrong.
Oh, Richard Garfield. Sorry, that's the guy who helped make Magic the Gathering and stuff.
I said that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You did say that.
Yeah.
Now I'm just reconfirming.
Am I wrong in that statement?
Whatever. Good luck to Disney, I guess.
I just think it's probably going to be a bad video game. Or a bad game.
Maybe.
I mean, it makes total sense though. Like, why wouldn't they try it?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Disney has ever tried making a serious tabletop card game at all.
Let's look it up. Disney card games.
Like, if they support it and they actually do the work and effort, it could be a rival to Magic the Gathering, maybe. But who freaking knows?
Apples to Apples Disney card game. Monopoly Disney. Hippos Disney. Monopoly Marvel Mayhem card game. Disney Villains Perfect Wrench. No, they haven't made a Disney card game.
I don't think this game's gonna last. Like, if it does,
no, it's not.
It's gonna have a small niche environment, like kind of with. Although, depends on the area. Like, I can tell you right now, like Japan loves shit with anime attached to it. So, card game with anime, it's gonna do well. If you're in North America, it has to be kind of more D&D based / realistic fantasy sort of thing.
Isn't there a card game that is basically just anime characters?
Yes.
It's anime waifu game.
Vanguard.
The game.
Yeah, Vanguard.
Oh yes.
That's
Let me type that in.
Unironically, that isn't even a joke.
Yeah. It's straight up Vanguard.
Let me look it up. Oh, there's. Oh, they don't have tits. No. That's shitty. This is actually disappointing, Josh. Why are you laughing?
You just look them up and going, oh, what's this anime thing? And they don't have boobs. Like,
That's the most important thing. If you're looking at it, I don't want to look at a cool lizard person. I want to look at anime tits.
and you know what? Sure.
Yeah. I want to feel disgusted about myself when I'm done.
Can I have a weird lizard person with boobs?
Yes. No.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes.
What? No.
Yes.
Okay, well that gets on the editing chopping block right now, and if anyone tells Rory that I said this, fuck you.
Yes.
Do they just actually listen to this podcast too?
I don't think he does.
Maybe it's in the background as off. That's just some audio that's going on.
That would be hilarious if Rory was like, Jeff, I listened to the podcast. I would be like, oh shit. Why would you do that?
He said he listened to podcasts.
Yeah, he says he listens to the only episodes that he's on.
No.
I'm pretty sure he did.
No.
No.
Okay, well, maybe I'm wrong. Which is probably very likely. Oh, god damn it. Anyways, I think that's a show.
Yeah, that's.
That's a podcast.
We could talk about this stuff for a long time, but, I don't think we really want to talk about anime waifus.
We don't want to talk about lizards with boobs.
We don't want to talk about anything with boobs. We want to talk about Magic the Gathering and how great of a game it is, and how they should not invade comic book stores and card game stores, and how they're not as bad as Yu-Gi-Oh players.
No, Magic's pretty.
They're both can be pretty bad.
I don't know, man. I've heard stories.
Both sides could be pretty terrible.
I've heard stories. But anyways, thank you everyone to listening to the Black Man Games podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on blackmangames.podbean.com. The show was not short.
Yeah.
Much to Allan's chagrin.
Well, I mean, I've been playing the game in the background, so I just kind of like been fucking idly talking and stuff.
Eventually, Allan will have a topic. It will be funny.
Oh,
Good.
I was out of town all week, so I was kind of just like, yeah, I'm kind of useless to this company.
Not excuses. No excuses. Vacation is a pretty damn good excuse, though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Allan. You can subscribe to us every Thursday. Whatever. Have a good night. Bye. I'm gonna go fix my fucking car.
you're a threat to the nation.
Actually, I'll be right back.
Okay, right back.
Yeah, right now they're basically tied.
Who?
Biden and Trump.
No, I wouldn't believe that. Like at all.
Wow, you know who actually has a really good approval rating?
Huh?
Bush.
Yeah.
His disapproval's like 9.1.
I am back.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, we could talk about how Jeff now needs to go visit Jan's again, and buy and get stuff fixed for his car. So, anyways, yeah, my dog decided that it was a great idea in order to get herself out of the Mustang with her spiked collar. So then she put a fucking paint chip into the Mustang. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I am going to take them. I'm gonna go to Jan's and see stuff because I've had good experience with them. I'll just call them and be like, "Hey, is it possible to set up an appointment?" Okay. So let's sync and get ready to go.
Again, I don't have much to talk about this week. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Oh, I actually played a video game this week.
Allan, you literally could talk about Cults of Land because I don't think you talked about it at all.
I'm talking about it a little bit, not much.
Not a whole lot.
I actually played Roller Dome. No, Roller. I gotta look at the title.
I think you played that last week, bud.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, I talked about it. I haven't played it.
Oh.
I mean, this time I played it. And yeah, it's actually, it looks as good as it does plays, because man, it's wonderful.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. It's I mean, we could talk it on the podcast or whatever, but like think Tony Hawk with no fail mode because you gotta shoot all the dudes. Shoot all the dudes is high priority.
Okay. Okay, well, let's sync. Sync in 3, 2, 1.